Hey, this is 15 Minutes with Blake. I'm your host, Blake Linklater, and on today's show, it's a solo episode. So today's episode is, as I'm recording this, it's January 8th, and we're going to talk about a few things. We're talking about New Year, we're talking about the goals, talking about ideal clients, and then I'm going to leave you with two, maybe three marketing strategies to help kickstart the new year. So it's the new year. This might even be a shorter episode, only like 5 minutes even. But it's the new year. How many of you know what your goals are for the year? How many of you planned for it already and are already taking action? And I did a quick study on this, and my guess is less than 50% of you. Whatever the business is, 50% of you, probably less than half of you have already done it. So you got to get on that. The importance of planning and preparation is vital because then you go into the work week just saying, hey, this is what I got to do, and this is how I'm going to execute it. You don't got to think about what do I got to do. The less thinking you can do when you're running the business is better, but certainly need to allot some time for thinking. So, all that being said, how many of you have developed an ideal client profile? And by that, I mean, how many of you have one? I didn't as an advisor. I don't even have a business. I just took, the mirror test. Hey, if you can look in the mirror, do you pass it? Good. Then you're a client. And that's not always a great fit, especially, maybe when you're starting, you can do it, but you got to narrow down eventually. What I learned as my business grew is that I connected a lot with women. And maybe it was the energy I was giving off. And so the minute I decided, like, hey, I'm going to focus on women and women who are the primary breadwinners and or primary money managers, I actually got a lot more clients by noticing who I connected with more. And so that's another way to deal with to come up with an ideal client is who do you connect with mostly, and go after those people. You get energized. Who gives you energy? And I speak a lot about that. How do you spend more time? How do you get to spend more time doing things you love and doing things that bring you joy, and do more of it? And if you're not doing more of it, then we got to talk. If you're not doing more, 80%, if you're not spending 80% of the time doing things you enjoy, we have to talk. Because you should be, as a business owner, as an advisor, you should be spending at least 80% of your time in that realm. So, develop an ideal client. I've got some free templates that I just reach out and I can give them to you and we can get it started. Develop one. Who do you connect with mostly? And how do you get it started? Um, the next part. So, short episode today, this one, 2 to 3 marketing strategies to kickstart the new year. Number one is I would do quarterly seminars. Have one seminar a quarter, maybe one every 2 months. And it doesn't matter what it's about, but just have 2 to 3, 4 to 6 seminars on whatever. It could be retirement. Retirement planning is a very popular one, so do that. Now you invite me, oh, what's the topic or how do I get the people there? Just pick something. Pick retirement planning or pick taxes. Two very popular ones. Then you're like, oh, how do I find the people? Put it out there, social media, get it out there. That's where you got to get on your hustle. You got to hustle and get it out there. So that's strategy number one, is to do at least one seminar or webinar a quarter, but ideally you would do one every 2 months, and just be consistent at it. Be consistent and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's part of your repeatable process. Number two, start using social media. Start using Instagram, start using LinkedIn. And your compliance thing is going to say, oh, I can't do that. Well, then do whatever you can within the compliance realms. One thing that compliance doesn't can't stop you from is reaching out to people on DMs. You can say hello and begin a conversation and prospect that way. So start reaching out, start using. What do I post? Again, it doesn't matter. Post something. Post stuff about your life. Clients want to know you. They want to build trust with you. And so start posting things about your life. What do you do? Like, for instance, I was at the hockey tournament this weekend. I didn't even take any pictures. I'd post about my weekend. Hey, I had a great hockey tournament. We're here. Great. Post about your goals. Hey, I want to bring in, I'm looking for 5 families who want to, retire comfortably. Or I'm looking for 5 clients who want to sell more, whatever, sell more widgets. Do that. Think about how do you want to bring these in, or if you're an accountant, I'm looking for 5 clients who want to reduce their taxes this year and pay less stuff. So think about that. How do you do that? So that's strategy number 2 is you got to start using social media. Reach out to them and just start getting on it. It doesn't matter what. And let's go with a third one as we wrap up today. Another third strategy to kickstart your business and a third marketing strategy for social media is to host 1 or 2 client events. So we got your ideal client, we got webinars, we got LinkedIn, and host 1 or 2 client events. More if you can, but host them, invite your clients and get to know them outside of work. Politely ask for referrals. So there you have it. We're going to keep it short, sweet today. Again, as always, let me know what you think. You can reach out to me at blakelinklater.com, or if that's not up my LinkedIn profile, happy to help you. But let me know what you think of this podcast. Share it if you like it. If you think it can help someone, share it and comment on it. Here to help you. Have a great week. And upcoming, I'm super excited. We got 2 new interviews coming up. One who's in the financial industry and another who's a coach for another. There's some Reiki and much, much more. Super awesome. I love these people. Looking forward to those dropping in the next couple weeks. Talk to you soon. Have a great week. And this is 15 Minutes with Blake, and I'm your host, Blake Linklater.